Hello, hello, and welcome back. It's time for Game 2 of the Grand Finals of the IEM. And we're seeing Moon, whether he can press his advantage against Ace. Ace in that last game just pretty much did everything wrong. He was really passive, he built up a little army of stalkers and then just went in with Blink and was met with a badrillion Zerglings, and after that point he was totally boned. He had no presence on the map. He had no army. All he could do was defend, get up to 2 base and go for air. But by that point his opponent had 4 bases, including 2 gold bases. And it was just all she wrote. A 40 supply lead and he just won it easily. So, round 2 is on Lost Temple. A map that is arguably difficult for a Zerg, but then so was Delta Quadrant, our last map. Ace scouting away here. I'm just going to be a bit of a dickhead. But the best players are dickheads. If something's annoying you, that means it's working. Meantime, he has scouted that there is no Nexus here. Pylon has come out the front, so looks like an early expand if possible, or he wouldn't have put this pylon out so wide in front of his ramp. And gas and pull do go up first on 14, so he's going to be safe, play it safe, very standard, and his opponent is going to go for Forge first. Look out, folks. He wants to get that Nexus up, and he wants it as fast as he can. He's probably going to get a cannon, then the Nexus. He might get a gateway in there somewhere, but he definitely wants to get a cannon up ASAP, because the spawning pool is about to pop. And when the spawning pool pops and the Zerglings come in, if he doesn't have a cannon, then he has exactly fuck all. Pardon my language, but it's a technical term. He is actually going to go Nexus first. So Forge, Nexus, and it needs to be cannon next, and it looks like it will be. What? What on earth is going on? He has gone for... No. Oh, I'm sorry. I misclicked. I thought he was going for a double Forge, but no, he's gone Forge, Nexus, Gateway, Cannon. So this is quite risky, as here come the first 4 Zerglings. Is he going to get his cannon up in time? He's going to have nothing but the cannon. They're going to be able to run by. He may have to bring probes out to defend. He is definitely going to have to bring probes out. No, he's not. Oh. Ah, he has managed to distract these Zerglings expertly. His opponent doesn't actually know where his base is, so he ran the probe to the left in the hope of getting his opponent to wait a little while, and now it has worked. He delayed those Zerglings just long enough, got that core wall up. Better dead here, he said, than dead at the core. And he is now going to be able to macro up in relative safety unless a bunch of roaches come. He's only got 1 cannon, so he needs to be careful. But a cannon is going to be able to deal with any kind of Zerglings because he has quite a strong wall. Forge, Gateway, core, pretty strong. Probe's going to transfer now, are they? No, just 1 or 2. Second cannon, playing it safe. Meanwhile, his opponent is going to go 1 base, tech. So, he is getting a lair, and it looks to me like he is probably going to go for mutas, because then he can fly around here, which is utterly undefended, and just rain death with his mutas glaives. 3 cannons now at the front, so quite a hefty defense at the front, but if those mutas fly around the back, I think if you can fly, then this wall's not going to bother you. So this is kind of a race now. He is getting Stargate tech, so he's probably going to try and get a Phoenix, and any Phoenix that does come out will just rip through those mutas. And this is starting to look pretty good for Ace. If indeed his opponent is not going for Mutalisk, he is going for Nidus Network, and that's what these Zerglings were about. I should have thought of it, to be honest, when I saw that number of Zerglings. It is Nidus time, and he has got no vision in his base. Wowee. Here, the Nidus is probably going to pop up here. This pylon's just popping in. Here comes the Nidus, and let's see how this goes. He has been spotted. Probes are out. Are they going to get there in time? Doesn't look good. He does get just a couple of Zerglings out, and well dealt with, but mining time completely lost here. And now they're going to run to the cannon. And here comes a Void Ray. So that Nidus is being rebuilt, mind you. Probe's going to double check, and they are going to find it, and they are going to deal with it, but the Void Ray now is doing damage, and he will probably be able to fend this off. Supply block now. 3 Zerglings are in the base. The Void Ray is going to be able to chase the Overlord away, and in fact it has already run. Is he going to Nidus somewhere else? I don't think so. He is building a Nidus Worm. Where is it? It's here. Has it been spotted? No, it has not. Nidus Worm is on the way. I'm just looking at Aces, and oh, there it is. Uh-oh. Here they come. Run to the cannons. Void Ray deals with the worm fairly slowly. Nice force field, trapping those links, but these links are just doing death. But the cannons have the Stargate blocked in. It's now just the probes he has to worry about. He's got a lot of probe kills here, but now the Void Ray is going to do the rest of the damage, and it looks like this crisis is averted. 2 Void Rays. Let's look at the income tab. We see he has still got 7 more Harvesters than his opponent, and 2 Void Rays out on the map. Units tab, we see 5 Hydralisks and 3 Zerglings. That's the whole army, and this is starting to look really scary for the Zerg. He's lost most of his army. Supply count, he's actually marginally ahead. He's behind on Harvesters though. And these 2 Void Rays are just going to be super duper powerful. Phoenix now coming. He's going to do a bit of scouting, I should think. Zerg really needs to expand pretty quick. Going to inject. Queen's got nearly enough energy for a tumor, but it's Void Ray time. Should use another Queen. He's going to scout the Hydralisks. There are too many of them. That is a lot of Hydralisks. 8. Is it Nidus time? Is it time for yet another Nidus Worm? Is there anywhere to put it? Phoenix has found this Overlord, so he's going to go down, and it's going to be supply block again. And really, Ace is just bossing this game, just like he got bossed in the last game. Strategy, you know, it was not quite an all-in strategy, but it did fail and it put him well behind, and now he is still on 1 base. He's finally getting a hatchery. The Ghost Hatchery is going to become a real hatchery in good time. But here comes a Nidus. He's actually going to the ledge, but this isn't very useful. Oh, and he's going to Nidus in, and he's covering this Nidus Worm with this one. That is super clever. I've not seen that strategy before, but the Void Rays are able to take it down, and that is not looking good. So the strategy was a nice idea, but with those ranged air units, he was able to deal with it. But he has got quite an imposing force on this ledge. He's going to get a cannon here to deal with Nidus Worms. And now his imposing air army is going to take a march across the map, knowing these Hydralisks will take a little while to get home through the Nidus Worm. And in fact, if he can send his Void Rays in charged and snipe the Nidus network, that would be really neat. But in fact, he's just going to go for the hatchery. A wise move. These Hydralisks just need to just go home. There's nothing for them to do up there. I guess they're stopping mining on this gas, but you could do that with probably just 1 or 2 Hydralisks. This is now really scary for the Zerg. He is completely contained. His Hydras are coming home, but all he has is just a bunch of Hydras, no economy to speak of. It's 38 Harvesters to 30, and really, the Protoss really could expand freely here. The only fear he needs is the fear of the Nidus Worm, and in fact, here comes some more Nidus action. This probe is going to catch it, but it is up, it is ready, and here comes a lot of Hydras into the base, and those Void Rays are far away. They're going to take a little while to get here, and there are too many of them. But Guardian Shield and a lot of Zealots now, and Probes coming off the line. Looks like this is going to be cleaned up. Double Changeling, and it is GG. So we just cleaned up that army, and it's like the complete opposite of the previous game. I mean, the first game on Delta Quadrant, we saw the Blink Stalker Rush just go horribly. This game, he saw the heavy wall, decided to go Nidus, and basically got caught. His Nidus Worm took a few tries to get up, and by that time there was a couple of Void Rays out, and I tell you what, Void Rays, they definitely beat Zerglings. Because Zerglings can't attack air. Duh. So, that's the scene for you. It's 1-1 in a best of 5, and we are going to move on to game 3.